Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. This is Christy Whitman. Welcome to the Quantum Success Show, where you can create your information and inspiration to create your desires. And I am super excited because I have two powerhouse, amazing, grounded, centered, fabulous women with me. I like to call them my friends because they are. We get to do really cool things together because we are in Transformational Leadership Circle together. And I'm very, very grateful to have, we were literally just talking about this, colleagues that we just so look forward to seeing each other, being with each other, and being more uplifted. So, out of all the things I've created in my life, and I've created some really amazing things by working with Law of Attraction over the last 25 years, having a circle and a support of friends and colleagues is right up there with one of the biggest creations. So Marci Shimoff has been on the show many times. And if you don't know who Marci is, I don't know if you've been living under a rock, because over the past 20 years, she has had the honor of being a #1 New York Times bestselling author. She has written Happy for No Reason, Love for No Reason, and 6 books in the Chicken Soup for a Woman's Soul series. And she has sold over 16 million copies in 33 languages around the world. She's been on multiple television shows. She's hosted her own PBS show. She was in the amazing movie, The Secret. So I'm sure that you have seen Marci now that I have reintroduced you to her. So Marci, so happy to have you here.
Always a great joy to get to be with you, Christy. Just so much fun.
Grateful. So grateful. And now, not that Marci wasn't enough, you had another powerhouse woman who I have just had the most deepest connection and conversations with, Lisa Garr. She is a host of a popular syndicated radio show called The Aware Show. She is a host on Hay House Radio called Being Aware, as long as a long-running series on Gaia TV called Lisa's Inspirations. And she is absolutely amazing. She has a book called Being Aware: How to Repattern Your Brain and Revitalize Your Life. And she has a new Chicken Soup for the Soul, Dreams and the Unexplainable, coming out. And what I'm super excited about is that Marci, Lisa, and the amazing Sue Morter together all have formed this beautiful course. It's a year-long course called the Year of Miracles. And I know many of my clients that have gone through this year after year and just get so much benefit out of it. So I am so excited to talk to you about how to create a miraculous year, because 2020 has been a year of clarity. We're seeing things, right? A lot of stuff that we certainly did not expect. And so how do we turn that around and create the most miraculous year ever? So welcome, Lisa. Welcome, Marci.
Hi. Well, I'm just going to start by saying that just the vital importance of this, of community, of connection, of what it means to reach across the Zoom these days and find a bright light on the other side. And it helps so much. And that is the most consistent experience that I've heard from our community, is this level of connection, because it's more important now than ever. And Marci created this from her vision. What is this, 8 years ago, Marci?
Yeah, 8 years ago.
8 years ago, where you created just the vision of having one giant women's circle, but it's more than that. It's so much more than that.
Yeah. I mean, we've ended up being blessed by having this year 3,000 women from 72 countries, and it is there. We so need connection. Human beings were wired for connection, and I always want. I want everybody here, because Christy, everybody loves you, and I want them to know how amazing you are, because I just want to share with them my first experience of you was in about 12 years ago when Happy for No Reason came out. And I think Christy and our paths had crossed, and she'd probably interviewed me for something. But during those days, I'd been interviewed by, 500 or 1,000 people, and kind of the names all bled together. And we weren't on Zoom, so it was all on the phone. And Christy sent me the most magnificent plaque that I still have in the other room that had Happy for No Reason, the book cover on it, the week that I went to #1 on New York Times. And she had the New York Times thing in there, and she'd done this beautiful job. And I'm like, oh my God, who is this Christy Whitman woman? And I just have to say, these acts of reaching across to other people, of kindness, of generosity, they go so noticed. And here we are 12, 13 years later, Christy, and always I will remember you in my heart for that. She also did it for me when Love for No Reason came out. So
that does mean, that means so much. And that's a great story, because it shows that we don't have to always necessarily be in person and together. You can reach across and have that same level of contact by this incredible act of generosity that you did. And
thank you.
That means a lot to everyone. And so in that vein, in terms of generosity and community, one of the things that I have noticed in this year of ups and downs, and you say it's the year of clarity, I say it's the year of chaos, depends on how you're looking at it. But it is definitely a year of connection. And we've noticed that we've been able to connect more with family and friends. Maybe we've talked to people that we haven't spoken with for a long time in our families, because you only get together at weddings, and unfortunately with funerals. But how many people have connected with people they haven't spoken with for a long time? And it has brought together people more than ever. And I think we're actually getting to be on more of a united front than ever too. Now I'm feeling that as we approach, the turn of the new year, it means a lot. And we've learned the value of this level of connection and community.
Absolutely. And to have a group of people that are like-minded, and because, sometimes someone might live with someone that's kind of negative, or that really doesn't or isn't interested in growth, or maybe has friends that they've had for a really long time. Like I have best friends that I've known for 30, 35 years, and they're not into law of attraction. They're not into growth, but I can still have fun with them and have conversations. But it's a very different place where I can come with you and, Lisa and Marci together, and even our friends at TLC, and have a community. And so to create what you have created for your community with the Year of Miracles, it's a safe place. And I remember it was about a month ago, you had me come and speak, and have the council come and speak to your Year of Miracles.
You are wonderful. Everybody loves you in the council.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Council's pretty, I feel so blessed. I mean, their wisdom is just so amazing, and grateful. I mean, just so grateful for that gift. But what I felt when I got there is like, oh, these are my peeps. Like they're so light, and it really is a true testament to the two of you and Sue, the three of you have created together, and the level of consciousness that is in that group, and the level of people that are wanting that community that can't really find it anyplace else. And so congratulations, because it's amazing what you've created.
Thank you. There is something so important about being around like-minded people, connecting to like-minded people. When I've spent the last 12 years teaching about happiness, and one of the main components of happiness, of really, really deeply living a happier life, is who you surround yourself with. Yeah. And the biggest complaint, the biggest question that I get in every speech I give is, what do I do about the negative people around me? Mm-hmm. And, and many of them are family members, so it's not like you're going to necessarily get rid of them. Yeah. And my answer is twofold. Number one is you find a community, or you find people around you who will support you, who are like-minded, to counteract that other, the negative forces. But the second thing you do is you build enough inner immunity. You build your emotional immune system, so that what their negativity doesn't affect you as much. When they say that in the happiness research that we catch the emotions of the people around us like we catch their colds. It's called emotional contagion. This is why I love getting to be with the two of you. I can feel it, and I'm sure everybody else can feel, I want to catch these emotions. But it's the same with negative emotions. So if you're going to be around somebody who's got a cold, What do you do to not catch the cold? You build your immune system.
Mhm.
The same way with negative people. If you're going to be around negative people, you build your emotional immune system by creating such an inner state of happiness, of peace, of joy, that's not going to affect you, that their negativity, water off a duck's back.
I
Right.
love that.
And if you have those people in your life, then you have this other community like you've built as well, Christy, where the rising tide lifts all boats. You have your sisters to reach out to, and you've got your friends to reach out to and to stay accountable to, and to boost you up when you're down. And then the best part about that is you get to boost them up when they're down. And that makes you, that's just worth it all right there. Because when you are of service in that way and you're really giving to someone of your heart, it lifts you up as well. And so that's one of the most extraordinary things I've seen in this community. Is it is uncanny the amount of people who have completely changed their lives, completely.
Yeah.
And it creates this environment for miracles to occur. And Marci always says something about that. You always say the fact that we don't give people miracles, we create the conditions for them to occur, right?
Yeah, actually, the definition of the word miracle is that it's a surprise and welcome event that can't be explained by science and that is often attributed to divine grace. So we can't actually create miracles. They're a gift of the divine. But what we can do is we can create the conditions for miracles to flow into our life. And that's what we're about. And that's, Christy, that's what you're about too.
Mhm.
You're really about getting the messages and helping people create the conditions for the life to live in that state of flow, in that state of divine grace, in that state of, where things show up like, and you go, oh my God, that's a miracle. But it's not so much a miracle because it's just the way of life. Yeah.
It becomes a fun thing to get used to.
Yeah.
Where synchronicities just happen. And then you're like, oh, wow, how fun is that? And it's not the shock, it's not a shocking thing, but it still surprises and delights you. But it's just a natural now way of living, because you're right. It's absolutely about just being in the flow. Like the council says, right? We all have a treasure chest above our head that is us, for us and us alone. It cannot be borrowed from. It cannot be stolen from. It cannot be depleted. It's constantly flowing. And that energy is what we have to tune to in order to receive it. And so we're the ones that can either push it away, or we can say, bring it on.
Yeah.
And you know what we've seen is that we are habituated to pushing it away.
Yeah.
We have there are mistakes that we make that push away our good. And part of what we want to do is open up to open up that flow. Can we just share one or two? Because
yes.
Yes.
So let me share one, and then Lisa, if you want to share one. So one of the biggest mistakes that people make that block the living of the miraculous is that they don't feel worthy. They don't feel like they're okay to receive it. On the surface, we all want to receive the beautiful gifts of the universe, but we subconsciously feel like we're not worthy. We push it away. I mean, and one way you can know if you're pushing away your good is just to look in your day-to-day life. How much do you push away your good in your day-to-day life? For example, if somebody offers to help you, do you say, no, it's okay, I can do it myself? Or do you not reach out to get help? Or if somebody gives you a compliment, do you say, oh no,
this old thing, oh, yeah, right?
Right. Or they go to open the door for you and you go, no. And it's that feeling of no, we're saying no to the simple little gifts that are coming our way. Well, if we say no to gifts that way, somebody gives you a gift, you feel like, oh no, now I have to give twice as much back in return. If we say no to receiving gifts from people, it's the same with the universe. We don't feel worthy. So one of the biggest ways to open to the miraculous is to open it more and more to that feeling of just inherent worthiness. Not I'm worthy because I did something well, but just I am, all of us are inherently worthy.
Yeah, especially we were talking before about being around negative people, and some of these patterns, they're completely unconscious. When you go to an event or you're a part of a community like this and you feel so great, and then you go back into your other environment and just does this. It's not a match at all. You're floating high and you're on this great feeling, and then there's this lower frequency and they just don't match at all. And you drop down to that lowest common denominator and forget everything that you just experienced. That is totally, completely unconscious. And if we had the opportunity to actually find and consciously go after a group or a community that lifts us, that has that, matches that frequency that we want to be at, and allows us to stay there, then we will start to meet everything else in that level. And I'm not sure which mistake that is, Marci, you know it technically, but it does fall into that category of consciously moving towards what you want.
Absolutely. So I know you have more of these common mistakes, and you have it actually in an ebook that you're going to give everybody for free. Do you want to talk about what the ebook is? And all of you that are like, I want to know more, I'll have a link underneath the video so that you literally just click the link and you can go to a page where you just put in your information and you could get the ebook for free, as well as a beautiful webinar that the ladies are going to be doing. That is just phenomenal, that I'm a part of every single, year listening to. And I've recommended, I think, Marci, for the last 8 years.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, we've partnered with each other for so long and collaborated with each other for so long, because we just our work together is just so synergistically, compatible, and we just support each other so much. But go below the video, click the link, you'll be able to get the ebook. But I'd love for you both to talk about what the ebook really is, what's the title, and what can I get from it.
So the ebook is The 4 Biggest Mistakes That Keep You from Living a Miraculous Life. And Sue Morter, as you mentioned, and Lisa and I wrote this together. And really, it's a very practical thing. In fact, there's one process in there that everybody loves. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's a process for learning how to really let go and open up to what's new, what's ahead. And it's just a blast. So it's a really great little guide for especially how to kickstart your year. And so we really love to hear people's results, because you can get results right away from this 4 biggest mistakes. And then, as you mentioned, you're also invited to a wonderful webinar that we're giving on the secrets to living a miraculous life.
Love it.
Yes.
Such great stuff.
A lot of fun. I mean, a lot of people are looking for the turn of the year to make a new start and a new beginning, but just because the dates change in a calendar doesn't mean that you're going to actually create a new beginning. You have to consciously go after that and put tools and environments into place that are going to help usher you into that new energy and that new start and that new beginning. And God knows we are looking for that. Yes.
We need that. We need a shift in focus.
Mm-hmm.
And a shift in the energy. And I appreciate both of you and Sue for all the tools that you've created to help so many people, so many women do that, because we need that more now than ever. So thank you both for the work that you're doing. Thank you for being here, being my friend.
Yay. Oh, Christy, thank you for being a soul sister for us and for all the great work that you do in the world.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're amazing. We're just so grateful to know you.
Back at you, sisters. Feel the same way. So for everybody in this community, please leave me a comment. Let us know what you're taking away from this. And please do let us know once you go in and get your ebook and you start applying the information that Lisa and Marci and Sue have put together for you in this beautiful ebook. I want to hear back. I want to say, let me know this happened by applying that tool that Marci didn't say what it was, but now I know because I did it and this is what happened. I want to know. So leave me a comment, let me know, and have a really blessed week, everybody. I appreciate you so much being in this community. Bye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought. Leave me a comment below and be sure to share and tag your friends. And be sure to check out my other videos here and on this site.